so not a whole lot more to say today with this video. As you can see, my weight did decrease some more, all the way down to 162.6, and then actually went back up a bit because I had my back-to-back feasting days, which totally makes sense, and I'm expecting it to drop back down after my next fast. Now, I will say that I'm actually becoming less and less concerned with the actual weight itself. My goal had been to hit 160 pounds even, but I'm starting to realize that that might be a little too low actually, and that I don't actually have enough uh, fat really to get to that spot unless I really decide to go super low body fat percentage wise. So I may decide to not go quite that low, but I'm definitely not stopping yet. So we'll see how it goes. It's so instead of body weight, I am more concerned now on how I look, how my skin fold, how that feels, so I can kind of tell how much body fat I'm carrying. But not too much again to say in this video. Meals were pretty basic. I'd say I'm fairly boring in that I like to eat the same things a lot, but that's because I really enjoy those things. So my big dessert pretty much every day that I feast is my peanut butter and cream cheese. I just absolutely love that, and look forward to it pretty much every day that I eat. So really good. And even on my fasting days, when I make those stir fries, I really enjoy those as well. I love the flavor and I love what I put into it. So I really don't feel like I'm depriving myself of anything really, which is great for compliance on this diet. I feel that a lot of people will be able to stick to it and be able to follow it for a long period of time, just because you do get to eat a lot of the foods that you enjoy. You're not eating just bland nothing, and it really just doesn't feel like a sacrifice um, or it just doesn't feel very difficult, to be honest. So it's really great. I'm very happy with how it's gone so far, the progress I've made, and I really only plan on doing the fasting part maybe another week and a half or so, um, and then I haven't decided exactly what I want to do yet. I don't know if I'm gonna just slowly pull back on the fasting days or what. So more details to come with that later on. Um, but we'll see. Again, I just don't really feel like it's terrible. This is not a terrible experience at all by any means. This is actually pretty enjoyable. So I don't really have that need to just completely go off the rails or anything like that. At all. Um, Now I did have some Frontera fajitas that you saw in that picture. Those are great. I didn't obviously eat the tortillas, or it also came with rice and beans. I actually asked to substitute those for more vegetables, and I actually just which they brought out like some broccoli and some cut squash and stuff like that. And then I actually took that and dipped it in some queso sauce. So that was pretty great. Doing that, and also put some salsa on it as well to just give it a little bit extra flavor. That way I wasn't just eating bland steamed vegetables. Now another thing I want to talk about was my workouts, and actually I had few weeks ago, I actually realized that my workouts were starting to, the intensity was kind of dropping, but I've since realized that I think that was just part of my body maybe adapting to ketosis a little bit more, because since then, I had maybe 3 or 4 workouts that kind of felt not super intense, not super energized. But since then, I've that's completely changed. I've actually gone the absolute opposite. I feel like my workouts are even more intense. I feel like I'm getting more out of my workouts, and I'm really excited to see, if I put any, how much muscle growth I guess I get once I am eating more frequently. More. I'm pulling back on those fasting days. So I want to see, that addition of calories, if that helps me put on a whole lot more muscle size once I'm done cutting, and if that also helps my performance even more, because I have been still getting stronger in the gym, and I'm on a calorie deficit, so that's kind of counterintuitive, and I'm pretty excited to see, if that just increases even further once I'm actually in a surplus of calories. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also curious to see how, any fat gain occur, if any fat gain occurs when I'm in a surplus as well, sticking to keto. So we'll see how that goes. I know some people have have done experiments on themselves where they were eating 4,000 calories, like Jason Whitrock, and actually didn't gain any fat at all. He actually ended up losing like 2 pounds, so that was pretty cool. And I don't know if I'll go. I definitely won't go straight to 4,000 after this, but I may end up building up to 4,000 calories, and I'd be really excited to see what that does so far as putting on body fat, and also gym performance. So that's something to look forward to later on. But that's pretty much it for this video.